It's Tuesday, April 14th, 2009.
Today, we'll show you a cheaper alternative to grocery store shopping. A volunteer-based program literally brings the food to your neighbor's door. Social housing problems seem to be never-ending. We take an inside look at what's really going on. The Quebec government is injecting nearly $4 billion into road renovations. But can this budget pave all of your riding street problems?
You're watching A Parc from the Rest with Alex Urbanescu.
First up on the show tonight, as the Sri Lankan army presses on in its war against Tamil rebels, Montreal's Tamil community is launching a different kind of offensive. Montreal's Tamil Action Committee is talking about bringing Toronto lawyer Amina Hirazi to town. The event is meant to draw Tamils' attention to what Tamil says a genocide committed against them. The Sri Lankan civil war is far-reaching. Signs of it are present even in small family-owned shops in Parc Extension. The shops serve as information centers for community in crisis. The talk by Amina Hirazi is to take place sometime after April 21st. Wobbly steps, caved-in roofs, chipped paint. Many buildings in Parc Extension are in desperate need of maintenance. But as reporter Mark Blenheim finds out, making these repairs is no easy task.
Many of the buildings in Parc Extension are apartments. 81% of housing in this neighborhood is rented. And residents like Abdil Hayat will tell you that the houses are not being maintained.
There's no lock.
The stairs are loose. The walls are crumbling. And tenants say the problems don't just end at the door. Inside, the roof is literally hanging by a thread. Conditions that could be very hazardous for the tenants.
I mean, there's so many, like you just saw this apartment in here, and I mean, the person were to say something about, well, on top of my bathroom, you know, I can see the floor of the next apartment above, you know, can you fix that? Well, it's obvious someone would have mentioned it to the landlord. It hasn't been fixed because the landlord doesn't have to fix it.
One organization trying to do something about the problem is the Parc Extension Action Committee. They provide tenants with advice and help them out when approaching the Quebec Rental Board. Shams Ulhaq is one of the people who helps tenants at Cape. He's pressuring the Quebec Rental Board to address housing problems faster.
Recently, we have manifested demanding that there should be an increase of numbers of judges, and the government should look into it. The average delay.
This chart shows it now takes 2 years to wait for a hearing. A decade ago, it only took 2 months.
As the delays increase, we can always say that justice delayed is justice denied.
Sham says it's now a matter for the Quebec Rental Board to decide on. But until then, he'll continue to fight for the residents of Parc Extension. Mark Blenheim, A Parc from the Rest, Parc Extension.
The Quebec government is preparing to spend nearly $4 billion to expand and rebuild the province's roads. Just over $1 million will go towards repairing bumpy streets in the Laurier-Dorion riding. But according to Parc Extension City Councillor Mary Deros, these funds are only a fraction of what's needed.
It's not enough. If we had maybe 40 or 50 million, then you're looking at great work that's going to be done on local streets.
On the upside, Transport Quebec says these roadworks will maintain and create 7,000 jobs. The Jerry Park footbridge used to be a shortcut for Parc Extension residents, but after being put out of use, Parc Exers now face a rather long detour. The footbridge that linked Villeray and Parc X was closed last summer. One section was demolished for security reasons by the City of Montreal. Reaching both Parc Metro and train stations used to take a few minutes. Since the stairs' removal, a 15-minute detour at best has been imposed on residents.
On sait qu'il y a actuellement beaucoup de négociations, beaucoup de travail qui se fait au niveau de l'arrondissement, de la ville et des propriétaires.
Construction of a level crossing could be in the near future. Coming up later in our program. Is it time to kick the green box to the curb? Find out what's actually happening to your recycling once it's dumped. Only a month ago, it looked like the future of Parc Extension's Bar Hockey League was grim. Budget woes forced Parc Extension Youth Organization to consider shutting the league down for good. But now it looks as though the league will enter its third season after all. Last summer, the league had more than 150 players registered. For Parc Extension residents, it served as an opportunity to get out once a week and socialize with others from the community. Jimmy Garufalis plays and refereed in the league last season. When he got word that the league might not reopen, he put a proposal together to run the league. After 2 months of consideration, the Parc Extension Youth Organization has decided to give the league one last shot. Mitch Gallo is in studio to tell us more. So Mitch, how was Jimmy Garufalis able to convince the PYO to let the league carry on into its third season?
Well, you see, basically he put together a proposal that gained the confidence of the group. Because last season the problem was budgetary and the fact that the league cut a loss. So what he did was he decided to lower the entrance fee, to raise the entrance fee for the players, lower the wages for the referees, and in turn make back some of that money that was lost.
But wouldn't the players and referees be upset by these changes?
Yeah, you would think that, but the fact of the matter is he did it in a way so it wouldn't look all that substantial to the individual players and referees, but over the grand scheme of things, it's plenty to bring back the money that was lost.
All right, thanks a lot, Mitch. For more information on this season's registration, you can check out PYO's website at www.pyo.org or call the phone number listed on the screen. Parc Extension residents may soon be getting a new neighbor. Plans to build a new Université de Montreal campus at the Outremont Railway Yards are progressing quickly. Many residents are worried that rental prices will skyrocket as a result. The university insists that an influx of students won't influence housing prices in the area. The university will hold a new round of public consultations this spring. Thanks to a new project, Parc X residents are picking up their fruits and vegetables in an unexpected place. Reporter Matthew Lafleur has more about this money-saving idea.
Every second Thursday, Edith Lafrenière comes to pick up her order of fresh fruits and vegetables. She's not walking into her local grocery store. She's actually heading into her neighbor's second-story apartment to pick up her good food box, a cheaper alternative to grocery store shopping.
Moi, l'épicerie qu'on a dans le quartier, là, je veux dire, des fois, il faut pratiquement que tu fasses un tri des fruits que tu vois parce que c'est pas toujours tout frais. Puis avec Bonne Boîte, Bonne Bouffe, les produits, vraiment, moi, je fais facilement confiance, là.
On Thursday mornings, the good food boxes are delivered to a drop-off point. Once they've been delivered, it is up to a coordinator to store the boxes. Julien Desrochers is the coordinator for Parc Extension. He keeps the boxes at his apartment for residents who ordered their own boxes in advance.
La livraison se fait aux 2 semaines. Et puis, la semaine avant la livraison, bien, les gens me confirment s'ils veulent avoir un panier. S'ils me disent qu'ils veulent en avoir un, ils me disent le format, petit, moyen ou gros. Puis moi, je prends ça en note. J'appelle à Bonne Boîte, Bonne Bouffe pour faire la commande. Et la semaine d'après, ils livrent et les gens viennent chercher.
The entire process starts here at an assembly line in the Moisson Montreal warehouse in Saint-Laurent. There are 3 different sized boxes with different amounts of fruits and vegetables inside. Depending on the season, the contents of the boxes will vary. This week's boxes had mangoes, plums, peppers, and beets, just to name a few. Once the boxes are filled, they are taken into a refrigerator until it is time for delivery. Most of the operation is run by volunteers, which can include kids, adults, and people with disabilities. Jamie McDonald is the regional coordinator for the Good Food Box program. She can't stress enough the importance of the volunteers.
The volunteering aspect of the program is the volunteers are what make the program run. Without the volunteers, we couldn't do such a program.
After another successful night of pickups, Julien has another week to wait before it starts over again.
Je pense qu'il y a beaucoup de personnes qui vont pouvoir éventuellement bénéficier quand le programme va être bien mis en branle comme il faut.
Right now, there are about 10 residents in Parc Extension who use the Good Food Box service. The project is still new to the city, and Moisson Montreal plans on buying a new refrigerated truck to ensure fresh delivery. For more information, check out your local community center and look for this pamphlet. For Apart from the Rest, I'm Matthew Lafleur reporting from Parc Extension.
Today's sluggish economy may have an impact on more than just your bank account. Recycling around Montreal has already taken a hit, and as reporter Amy Minsky discovers, less green in the city's wallet may lead to less green living across the island.
It's recycling day in Montreal. Lots of Montreal households recycle, but they don't all do it for the same reasons. Some people think it's their duty, but for others, it's a habit. Stephanie Lavigne says she does it for both these reasons and because of how it makes her feel.
It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I'm doing my part. I'd be embarrassed if someone opened my trash can, looked in it, and saw a bunch of things that could be recycled that wasn't recycled. I'd find that humiliating.
But right now the city is trashing most of Lavigne's recyclables. It looks like business as usual here at the city's main recycling plant. Trucks arrive with loads of recyclables collected from all over the city, but once they're dropped off, that's where it ends. The plant is stockpiling the city's recyclables, and the paper and plastic just keep coming in. This stuff was put out on the curb weeks or even months ago. Right now, there's more than 33 million pounds of paper being stored here.
The problems with Rebut Solide Canadien stem from its contract with the city. Between the time the contract was signed in 2007 and when it came into effect a few months ago, the market for recycled goods has plummeted. If the city doesn't reopen the contract, the plant says it can't recycle. Some Montrealers might wonder if there's even a point in recycling anymore, if everything is basically just being dumped.
Louise Noetier is an environmental biologist and the environmental coordinator at Sustainable Concordia. She's worried that landfills will start filling up if Montrealers stop recycling.
It has happened in the past where the consumers, the citizens have lost faith in the recycling system. And so it's important that the consumers keep their good habit and not change it, because ultimately I believe the recycling companies and the government are putting together plans to really make sure the stuff gets recycled as much as possible.
Lavigne can't be sure whether or not this bag will get recycled. Regardless, she's going to stick to her routine.
I mean, if they do actually start recycling the stuff, I'd like to be still in the routine of recycling and that just be a regular habit that I'll be able to also pass on to my children one day.
She's not ready to close the door on the environment. Amy Minsky, apart from the rest, Saint-Michel Environmental Complex.
Trash buildup at the Champagneur Park is leaving some locals feeling sour. Ziona Ayob went to the park to see just what's going on.
Alex, with the warm weather kicking in, many kids want to play at this park. But because of all the trash that's getting dumped, some parents aren't comfortable with their kids playing here. I spoke with Councillor Mary Darrows this week after the council meeting. She said that after hearing all the complaints, the city decided to send their inspectors over and see what's really going on. The inspectors found 3 people littering and fined them. She also said that once the weather gets warmer, Ecoquartier will go door to door to people in the area. They hope that the locals will learn proper waste disposal from the EQ. But for now, police will cruise the area to make sure that it's secure. Back to you, Alex.
If you've seen dumping at Parc Champagneur or have seen anything else you think we should know about, let us know. Send us your questions and comments to apartfromtherest@gmail.com. That's it from all of us here at Apart from the Rest. We leave you now with some of the musicians who performed in Parc Extension last month. For the whole team, I'm Alex Urbanescu. Have a great week and see you next Sunday. Same time, same park.